Hi guys, I'm back and today I'm here to film my very first review video. I can't talk today. And that review is on Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. So this isn't the first time I've read this book. I first read it about 2 years ago and it's actually the first in a trilogy, and I will be reviewing the other two books as I finish them. But it's the first in a trilogy, and I wanted to reread them because he released a couple of prequels a few months ago, I think back in September. And so I wanted to refresh my memory on what happened in these and then go back and read the prequels, which might seem a little weird that you would not read the prequels first, but he actually prefers people to read these and then the prequels, which is why he released them after the trilogy. So I finished rereading it, and I thought it would be a good book for me to review for my first review, since I don't see very many people talking about this book or have actually ever heard of the book. So I'm like, you know what? This is a great book and it needs the attention that it deserves. So I'm gonna get into it. This is an epic fantasy novel, and it follows two thieves, Royce Melbourne and Hadrian Blackwater, and together they make up the crime organization of Rhaeria, or Rhaeria. I don't know how to say that, but I pronounce it Rhaeria, so that's what we're gonna go with. So it follows these two thieves, and you find out pretty early in the book, that their little organization is well known, feared, and even kind of respected because they're known for taking on impossible and hard jobs that nobody else can do. And a lot of their clients are nobles, you know, ones that want you to steal letters that another noble has because they're going to use it against them to blackmail, things like that. So they're pretty well known, and they have some pretty high profile clientele. But the story really starts when they are asked by this guy to steal a sword out of Mellingar Castle, Mellingar is the land in which this book takes place for the most part. And he wants them to break into the king's castle in Mellingar, in the capital of Medford, and steal a sword that he left in the king's chapel, but he can't get it out of the castle. So they think it's going to be not too hard of a job. I think it'll be easy, and he's going to pay them like 200 gold tenants, which is a huge sum of money. So they agreed to do this. So they break into the castle with not too much problem, and they get into the king's chapel, except for they don't find the sword, they find the dead body of the king. And they soon realize that, oh, we've been set up. But before they can escape, they are captured, and they are sentenced to death the next day by the prince's son. So it looking pretty bleak for Royce and Hadrian, but the princess Arista goes down to the dungeons and releases them, telling them that she knows they did not kill her father, and that she's afraid that somebody's going to kill her brother too. So she kind of wants them, she does, she wants them to kidnap her brother and take him all the way across Mellingar to go to a secret prison where they need to have her brother talk to his prisoner because he has really important information that he needs to impart to him. So they agree to do this, given that their only other option, of course, is death. So this kind of sets up Royce and Hadrian's relationship with Princess Arista and Prince Alaric. Throughout the whole series, which I'll get into more when I finish the other two books and do those reviews, they have a pretty good relationship with this brother and sister, and they end up helping them out a lot. And it's kind of through them that they end up getting thrust into a lot of the political turmoil that is going on in the world that this book takes place in. Not so much in this book, more towards the second half of the book. And by political turmoil, I mean you learn that this world is divided into three factions. So you have the royalists, who include the Prince Alaric, well now King Alaric because his father is dead, who believe in their divine right to rule. You have the imperialists, which are pretty much a group of people that are backed by the Church of Novron, which is like the national religion, if you will, of this world or this country and surrounding countries, who believe that all of these kingdoms should be united under one imperial ruler who is the heir of Novron, which is like the descendant of a god. And they believe, which the church is trying to find this heir. And then the third group is the nationalists, which are a group of commoners that believe in the commoners' right to rule. And there's a lot of twists and turns and things, a lot of people that aren't what they seem, and a lot of things are going on behind the scenes that aren't like what they seem at first. It's just a really, really good book. I really, really enjoyed it. Not only the first time, but the second time through. I highly recommend it. I rate this book 5 out of 5 stars. I think Michael J. Sullivan is a great author. His world building is fantastic. I think I had no problem whatsoever imagining his world and visualizing it. His dialogue, especially between Royce and Hadrian, is really witty. I think it's pretty funny in a lot of parts, which is nice. If I had to have any complaint, I would probably say that the character development on Royce and Hadrian in terms of their background, how they ended up together, things like that, doesn't really happen so much in this book. It does in later ones, but I think it would have been nice to have some of that information earlier on. That is probably my only complaint with the book. It's a really, really good book. And I think anybody who likes fantasy, or even people that want to read more fantasy, or, you know, want to start reading fantasy, I think that they would really, really enjoy this book. It's a good book to start with. It looks thick, but it's a really quick and easy read. It doesn't take much to get through it, so you're going to get sucked in. So, yeah. I recommend this book, Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. You guys need to check it out. It's a great book. Also, I kind of like to update you on what I am currently reading. I am still reading The Children of Hurin by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend, and I will post a review on this book as well. I was hoping to be a little bit further in. I'm almost halfway through, but I kind of discovered the show Merlin, and I have absolutely no self-control, and I keep hitting next episode, so it's kind of cutting into my reading time. But I will get this done. I will get this read because I have so many books I want to read. And when I do, I will post the review on here. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully it wasn't too rambly like I feel like it might have been. But yeah. So until next time, bye!